The Uhuru Academy overall is an amazing school from the teachers to the students. It's a place where kids can build their confidence and learn how to write, read, type, all of that good stuff. We learn our history here. We honor our ancestors, so we learn about who we are and where we come from, and I really enjoy this about this school. And like everybody's pretty much saying, it's a safe space, and we can always be able to feel like we can open up to our classmates and our teachers. So that's what I love.
I love the environment and that they promote not being afraid to ask for help.
Something positive about the Hoover Academy is this is a safe space, and you can be able to say whatever you want to say without being embarrassed, just like how Amani said. I've been able to, sometimes I can be shy talking around people, but y'all taught me not to be shy and everything. This is a very good school. The part that I love about this is when we do ancestor reverence and African history. I think this is the greatest school I've ever went to because you teach me about my history, and at the other schools they never taught me one thing about my history. They just taught, the only black people they talked about at my other schools were Carter G. Woodson, Martin Luther King, and I think that's it. So you guys helped me learn my true history.
Yeah, it's still a lot of debate about who we are. Cats arguing we ain't African, we ain't black, we ain't this, we ain't that. Man, truth is we all of that. Cause all of that come from us, you know what I'm saying? It's all about where you gon' fit in. Yeah. Yo, what's your name? You an African, an American, or an Israelite? Black or more, Muhammad or a provocateur with the business like. You Malcolm X, my enemy. Chief Turner, Dr. King, keep a burner. You repeat, look at me, who you see? I'm Garvey when I rap a bar. Every line is a blacker star. I'm masterful cause I understand who these crackers are. Nat Turner's my avatar, my attitude so desolate. I'm a mocking dog, these motherfuckers. Dr. Cotton, these Europeans know what I mean. I'm Farrakhan, never will I run. Robert Williams, nigga with a gun. George and Jonathan Jackson, Dr. Joseph Ben, Dr. Nam, show and prove like Dr. Clark. I'm a boom cause I got the heart. I'm Dubois cause I'm hella smart. I'm Denzel cause I got the part. I'm Bianchi, Sutton Kufu, Mansa Musa, Shaka Zulu. I'm with Mia, I'm with Tulu. If I was Jesus, what would you do? I'm a nigga and I'm colored. I'm your nigga and your brother. Yeah, I kill you, but I love you. Accept your own and reject the other. What's your name?
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What song did you sing? How did the man take your tongue? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a done?
What's your name? It's the Chigaboo, it's the Torch Monkey, it's the Sambo, it's the Nkoyo, maybe Revolution is just too much for the handle. I ain't carrying no scandal. I I ain't scary, I am. Harry tough with a candle. Time to pick up the mantle. I'm a son to I ain't Queen of Zinga. Nefertiti and Queen Amina. Half she sit and the Queen of Sheba. She thinks she God, please believe her. Name is Osada, great escape. Angela Davis, peace safe. With a Mandela, refuse to break. I'm anime, refuse to hate. I see straight through cause I'm late today. Been standing loop, I got things to say. Miss Shirley Chisholm, I paved the way. The homie queen came to slay. Better should buy by me, my Malcolm. Black love is the only outcome. I won't stop until y'all have some. I might say this shit gon' happen. I'm more shoe, come bless the altar. I'm Nibia, I bless Walter. I'm all the Kuna, my daughter. I'm all your, I cannot falter. I'm the one to give birth to stars. Masterful, how I work these bars. Series B to the earth to Mars. KOS reverse the star. Show now.
And why don't you now know what your meaning was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he get it? What gun did you see? How did the man take your gun? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? How did the man, what did the man do to make you a dumb that you are right now?
Cool. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. Microphone check 1 2.
What's up? What's
What's happening, y'all? What's going on, fam? Let's make sure we getting, y'all let me know if you can hear me. Holla if you hear me. Look like I'm getting a reading right there. You know what I'm saying? Holla if you hear me. It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
We shouldn't have left you.
Hey, without a
don't beat step two.
What's happening, y'all? I'm Baba Mean Ojiwo.
I'm Nkoyo Beta.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess this is a quick emergency. He say, she say. You know what I'm saying? With Baba Mean Mama Koya. Now we really just having a good time, hanging out and watch the BET Awards last night. First time in a long time.
Man.
First time in a long time. We watched the BET Awards last night.
Yep.
And wow.
I was just in awe. I was in awe. My mouth was open.
Good awe, bad awe.
Pearls,
yeah, you know what I'm saying. And so we were like, you know what, we ought to go on today and react, talk a little bit about it. I was making some comments on Facebook last night. So, people's like, what do you think? And that sort of thing. And I was offering what I was thinking anyway, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to go on today and we're going to talk a little bit about the BET Awards. And I also kind of call it a Black culture crisis.
Oh, because they kept saying that word culture,
doing it for the culture. All this is for the culture,
and they was like they were forcing it. It's like they feeding it to you, and I'm like, oh,
right.
I want that culture.
Right, they're selling a culture.
Yes.
Selling a version of our culture. You know what I'm saying? And so really pushing that, and also gives you a sense that this is who we are, and you must accept it. Right. This is who we are. This is how it is, and you must, accept it. That sort of thing. And so a lot of crazy messages last night. You know what I'm saying? A lot of crazy messages. Now, I'm just gonna speak for me. When we're gonna talk about some behaviors and some things like that we don't get with, right? But I always make it a point as an artist. Mm-hmm. I don't attack artists.
Oh, absolutely not.
Right. I'm not going to attack any Black youth tonight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go there and say, hey, our youth are the problem, or this particular artist is the problem, or that particular artist is the problem. Nah, you know what I'm saying? Your art reflects your experience, or your art reflects what you think people want to see. Right.
Because
you know what I'm saying? It was some
a lot of foolery going on.
But it's the BET Awards. It's not, these ain't your grandmama's BET. This ain't the Donnie Simpson BET. No more.
I understand.
Right.
Free.
Right. Yeah, AJ and Free ain't coming out. No. And this ain't the BET that had the news on at 19 something on Saturdays. You know what I'm saying? This is the Viacom version of BET. This is the white owned. I would agree. The white owned, just Black run, but white owned BET. You know what I'm saying? And so when you look at the program and look, let me say this too. I'm happy to see Black people working. Right. Let me say that too. I still get the mixed emotions, right? Even when we shucking, jiving, and cooning, I be happy that we working. And then I don't just think about the talent that's on stage. I think about the black people that are running the lights, the black people in the production truck, the black people behind the cameras.
That's why you the visionary.
You know, I love to see black people working.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And creating, right?
Yeah.
But I separate that from my opinions about what I saw.
Right.
And I feel like as parents, as educators, as community leaders, we have the right to have an opinion. And we have a right to voice that opinion, you know what I'm saying, openly and freely, you know what I'm saying? But I do want to point out, before we get into it, I do understand that there's a lot of black people being employed, and that's a good thing. But when we're employed, the power that we have in our employment matters.
And it has to be, I think we should really, when they're talking about the culture, we need to set the culture. We need to set what culture we're wanting within our community and with our and ultimately that spreads, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And as much as we possibly can, but we having the platform, us being, like you said, the leaders, those out in the community, we have to make sure that standard is known.
Right. We have to make sure that standards are known. And peace to Devon T, peace to Richard Raw. You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad Richard Raw jumped on, you know what I'm saying, as an MC, as you know what I'm saying, as an RBG MC and an educator. Right. I think he understands it. Like, to me, we're in competition. When it comes to culture, there's those of us who are pushing and teaching and promoting a certain aspect of African culture. You know what I'm saying? We're in competition to see where that culture belongs in the overall culture, right? What's going to be our face?
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? What's going to be our face? And right now, I'm not feeling the face of black culture in the mainstream.
No,
that's just me personally. I don't feel the face. I don't feel the messaging. You know what I'm saying? That's going on. And it was on full display last night at the BET Awards. Boy, if you want some miseducation,
go turn it on. Watch that. Because that was just sad. I was sad, and I felt like you said, it's not my grandma's BET. It's not not the free and AJ BET. But I was wanting the nostalgia. I just knew we have to have that standard that we just don't cross. This is where you go in order to have this. We are representing and it's just like I felt like I was at X Club or something.
Right. Well, you know what? I would say this. That BET Awards was more raw than any Source Awards I ever saw.
That's
back
true.
In the
No, as far as
that was the Source Awards. Like that.
Because we had a separate. We had
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That was all one.
Right. So back in the day, we had the Source Awards. Snoop and them would be on there. You know, all that kind of stuff. But but even in Source Awards, they were censored.
Yes.
For TV, right. But now the production is like, I mean, wow, some good talent on stage last night. You had Will Smith with First Sunday doing their thing.
That choir was good. I love Will, but I've just never been a big fan of his rap. It's like
no, I love Will as an MC. I always have loved Will as an MC. You don't like Will Smith as an MC?
When he was doing the freestyle, that was bars. I love that. But as music wise, no. He was very bebop for me. He was very
Right. I feel that.
But as an MC,
he was a refreshing balance for me.
He
was.
Right.
So he had a cool flow last night. Inspirational song. I call it his "I'm Sorry I Slapped Chris Rock" remix. I'm back with black people. They had to go.
Yep.
They dropped the movie Bad Boys 4.
I love it for him.
I
love it.
Then he jumps back. He jumps on BET. Does the song or whatever, which is cool.
Redemption.
Yeah. Absolutely. So kind of like the redemption, but it's redemption on our side over here. He had left.
He had left.
Before he slapped Chris. He had left.
Yeah, but that's what they do to us. I mean, politicians, the entertainers, all the people who we idolize and who we put up on that pedestal, and they use us.
Right. Absolutely. And Tanya Karen G, I feel that you say that there is no black culture crisis, but look, let me tell you this. I'm not dwelling. BET didn't cause the black culture crisis. We've been in a black culture crisis since we've been here.
Right.
Since we've been here, we've been fighting for identity.
Right.
Since we've been here, we've been fighting for education. Since we've been here, there's been a Black culture crisis. All right. So there is a Black culture crisis, but I feel what you're saying as far as dwelling on that. We're just having fun talking about BET, and we are going to dwell on it for a few more minutes.
Oh,
all right. Yeah. We're going to dwell on it on the petty stuff for about an hour.
And we know that BET crappers, we know that is all, it's all, that's what we're talking about, needing to recognize the design of the process of things. So yeah, we're going to absolutely dwell on it.
Yeah, we're going to dwell on it. You know what I'm saying? They dwell on it to the tune of billions of dollars. Right? The other community dwells on our petty stuff to the tune of Walmart did good last night as the sponsor. Coming in and sponsor. See, there are things behind it. We say it's just this. It ain't just a little thing. There are big things happening. Last night was political, whether people want to understand or not. And it's not because Taraji P. Henson told you to get out there and vote.
Nope.
Right? It's some of the talking points that she was throwing out there as far as that they were saying why we should vote. The things that they were showing us visually. You know what I'm saying? What Black people supposed to support. That whole BET campaign, all that stuff matters. None of that's just up there for play.
No.
None of that
and
stuff.
That's why I liked a lot of responses coming back to have that balance, especially with Killing Mike. He was talking about they're gonna tell you just to vote, but I'm telling you how to vote, what to vote.
I dug Killer Mike's speech.
I love
when he won. I dug that. He was like, if you don't know who your city council person is, if you don't know who's on your school board, y'all, that's real talk. And I'm as RBG as it comes, but being an RBG and being a Black nationalist does not mean you don't pay attention to the politics in your community.
Right. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's what that is, right? And so I saw that. You see that? Let me put that up.
We got a newbie in
the
crowd.
Let me put that up. I like that. I like that. What are you going to do to help fix? We help fix every day. We help fix. I like you put help on there because it takes more than us to fix the problem. To fix the crisis. It definitely takes more than us. But go to the uhuruacademy.com, right? And you'll see what we're doing to help fix the crisis and what we've been doing for years. Matter of fact, scrolling down the screen, you have our Patreon channel, you have Uhuru Academy. So yes, Tanya, go check out what we're doing to help fix the crisis, because all we can do is help fix the crisis. Right. And so and go check it out and you can see it for yourself. Absolutely. Right. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Uhuru Academy in a little bit. But yeah, Killer Mike's speech was good because he said, hey, focus on what's going on locally, politically.
That's right.
And
that's where you have the power. He was letting you know that's where you can affect the change.
Right. He walks the fence pretty good.
He does.
Right.
But,
because it's like if you're doing business, you have to interact with the world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're doing business, you have to interact with the world. If you're feeding your family, you have to interact with the world. So being a Black nationalist, being pro-Black does not mean you don't pay attention to what's going around and you don't fool up with your people. I love Black people.
Oh yeah.
From our most ratchet to our most conscious. I love our people. I find beauty and divinity in Black people. I find beauty and divinity in Black culture. Our job is to pinpoint that beauty where it already is and try to pull that out. But what capitalism does, what capitalism does is that it pinpoints like kind of your lower desires because capitalism wants you to consume. Capitalism doesn't want you to conserve. Capitalism wants you to do what? Consume. Right? So they highlight things that make you spend money and spend time.
Absolutely.
Right. And that was on full display last night.
It really was.
What's some performances stood out to you on the negative side of things?
On the negative side,
what shocked you?
The Ice Spice girl, and just I'm gonna say, not even two. That's definitely one. But the way that every one of the women performers performed were very.
She say the Ice Spice girl. Y'all know we ain't up on.
I don't know what. Yeah, I just heard the names Ice Spice.
She's been around for a minute. Yes.
But the commonality that was within all of the group, all of those performances, it's just sex is nudity, is and I am not against nudity. Please don't get me wrong, but there's a time and a place for everything. And y'all might say, well, you old school now. Well, I think that I think that if anybody, not woman or man, there is a place for certain behaviors.
And there's a message
I'm not
in everything,
saying,
right?
and because we get turned up and ratchet with the best of them, we can do that, but there's a time and a place for everything. You don't want to display that for what you having more of your black people who don't understand the balance of that, or your children are watching these. Sometimes these are family. Well, they used to be.
It used to be it. Now the BET Awards rated R.
They used to be a time where family come together and watch,
rated
celebrating
our
best and our celebrities and things of that nature. But no, that's not anymore. And so never mind as a family. But we gotta watch the narrative that we sell to the world.
Right. And again, capitalism doesn't care. Sex and violence sells.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sex and violence sells. And we're in the social media age where it's about imagery. It's about imagery. And so sexualizing the most beautiful woman on the planet makes sense in capitalism. You know what I'm saying? Or over sexualizing. You know what I'm saying? Makes sense in capitalism. And of course, in capitalism, when people have the opportunity to eat and make money, that's what they do. You want to take over?
And I got be trying to put
all right, nah, you cool. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I saw last night, man. Every aside from the great Lauryn Hill, right?
Yes.
Every black female MC last night was a carbon copy. They sold the exact same image.
And it's just, but you say that when even taking out the culture and the propaganda on that part,
right?
The music industry as general is a copycat industry. So of course you're gonna see that, but it's not a good representation. It's not a good repetition. It's not a good. It's not what I. I know. I know. I didn't mean to say representation. It's not a good because it's repetitive.
Okay.
And I'm saying that's not a good. We want to feed. Yeah, we want to feed.
Lingerie and twerking and booty shorts was on repeat.
And calling each other bees. I've not heard that.
Yeah.
I mean, just the cursive there.
Calling each other. They broke the bleep. Yeah, they had. It was bleep the whole night. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not tripping. I grew up on gangster rap. You know what I'm saying? But that's weird for it to be like the BET Awards, for it to be on primetime television, for it to be like that. You know what I'm saying?
That gangster rap, the stuff that it wasn't going to be played at 7 a.m. on the way to school.
Yeah, so I was wondering, were the old people in there uncomfortable?
Yes, that's what I was saying. Like,
were the older people in there like uncomfortable? Like, man, God, dog, these kids is crazy as hell. Right, because it was a trip, But I noticed Ice Spice's performance, Meg Thee Stallion perform, Sexy Red perform, Lotto. So you had that lineup, right? And I'm not dissing them, but I don't feel the message and the imagery is sensory overload, man.
It really is. It really is, because again, it's not about the artistry. You can have that. We've always had that. It's a balance. Again, we understand we can't have one without the other.
Right.
But the latter, that wasn't what we were known for. That's not what our culture was. You got to go get that. You better go down to Juke Joint on Saturday night, and that's gonna be off in the woods somewhere. It's just what it should be, because that's
right. And y'all got to understand, separate the imagery that's being pushed from the artists themselves. Because a lot of times, and I've heard in interviews from Meg, from Cardi B and others, they don't have a lot of choices.
No,
they don't have a lot of choice in the situations that they're in and what they put out. Gorilla's talented.
Yes.
Meg Thee Stallion is talented. Lotto is talented. Cardi, these are talented, beautiful young women. We're not bashing them at all.
And she said it herself that I'm giving y'all. Y'all don't want me to talk. Y'all want me to talk about something else. I thought this is what y'all want, when she was talking her subject matter, especially so she said, well, this what this what sales. This sales. I'm gonna keep talking about this because this sales.
Right. Yeah. But they're corporate products now.
No, I'm just saying
I'm agreeing. Yeah. Because as a corporate product, you got to push what the corporation wants you to push. Now it doesn't absolve them of complete responsibility for their message as artists, because they have to make a choice. They have to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? But it's where we are right now. We got to counter that.
Right.
Like, we got to make sure we got to bring, where was Rhapsody? Right? Where was the diversity when it comes to the culture?
There are a lot of nice female rappers or just rappers. They give that balance. Just give the balance.
Right.
Where was the R&B? I mean, just but give the balance there.
Yeah. So it so that wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? That balance wasn't there, man. That, and you look at it and you think like, wow, is this the imagery? Is it okay now? Y'all, if it's okay, cause Karen say I'm bashing young women. So Karen, so if it's cool now, if it's cool now to just fly the B word, let me know. If it's cool now for young girls to just go around in the booty shorts and lingerie and showing their camel toe, let me know.
Yes, absolutely.
Have we shifted, y'all? And I'm asking that.
Is that what freedom looks like?
Is this freedom?
Is that freedom?
Is this freedom? Is this where we want to go? Is this the representation that we want? You know what I'm saying, for our community? That's all I'm asking.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And for those who, and guess what, Karen? Tanya, we got a right to not think that's cool. You got a right to think it's cool.
Absolutely.
But we have a right to say, no, that's not cool. And that's not bashing them. But if the shoe fit on certain criticism, you got to wear it. I ain't perfect. I deserve the criticism that I get in the areas where I'm flawed. Right?
Absolutely.
Right.
I mean,
and it's not bashing.
That's not the balance.
Yeah.
It's not balanced if you're not getting both.
Right.
It's not balanced.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like for Master Go, he's tired of the image the music industry is perpetuating, and the fact that our people allow themselves to be exploited like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. Poverty's a hell of a thing.
Yes, it is.
Propaganda's a hell of a thing.
Yes.
Poverty plus propaganda equals problems.
Right.
I think I'm about to coin that phrase. Poverty plus propaganda equals problems, man. You know, because when people are impoverished, they want to eat. Right. And you can sell a hustle to people, man. When I was young and poor, selling drugs looked attractive.
Right.
And you didn't think about the broader impact that you was having on your community. You didn't think about that. All you thought about, all you thought about, is I need to eat. Right. I need to eat. Right. Well, Karen, you just Karen just judged my platform. Now she's saying so it's cool now to judge someone. But you just judged me. So it's cool to judge. We judge together. We're fellow judgers. Come on, Tanya, be down. We fellow judges. You just judged me 5 minutes ago, and I'm cool with that. Yes,
you have that right.
People who pretend that they don't judge the behaviors of others are pretending. Right. Yeah. So we have to ask, right? And thank you, Ayana. We have a school. So I need to know, because we're teaching our young ladies to keep their clothes on and that they can express themselves artistically without sexualizing themselves. That's what we're teaching, because we feel that over-sexualizing women puts women in danger. We don't feel it makes women safer. I don't.
No, I absolutely don't.
You know,
I don't.
It makes people think that it's okay to treat you a certain way when you act a certain way. Does life still work like that?
Yeah. I mean, you walk like a duck, you quack like a duck, you a duck. I mean, you're wearing the fit, you're saying the words, you're doing the moves, then this must be what this is. And we can't get mad, when we walk around, but don't be looking at me, oh, you over-sexualizing me. No, ma'am, you got it all on display.
You got on display. So we're not judging you, we're judging your behavior. Just like Tanya, you right. You didn't judge me. You judged my platform, my behavior. I'm not judging them. I'm judging a platform.
But my platform is my culture.
Yeah. So we're judging. Well, you know what? Platforms are culture. Every culture is a platform.
That's right.
Right. And so when you're watching that behavior, you're watching that platform, you're watching Ice Spice's platform. But is it her platform, or is she just the face of it? That's what I'm saying. Is that really Meg's platform, or is she just the face of a platform? Like BET, is that really Black entertainment television, or is that just the Black face of a white entertainment television company?
Right. Because the big Killer Mike did say Black man run it. So that just means they have a CEO or something.
Yeah, they got a CEO, but it's not a Black-owned business unless something has changed. And y'all can let me know. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man, we got to watch it. And we're speaking from a perspective that we're watching the ramifications in our children close up. not just with the over sexualized rap, the gangster, the drill music, the op music, y'all.
Right.
You may be watching on YouTube, but we watch the youngster in the hood that's the youngsters that are emulating that, and that ain't got but 200 followers, 3,000 followers,
right.
and they shooting too.
Right.
2,000 followers, and they getting shot at over that. They not even famous, and they out here in the streets emulating an image because they think that's what's gonna make them famous,
and
right?
And
the
dying consequences that they're getting are a lot more harsher than that person that's portraying, or that company, that's getting the dollar, that's getting paid off for them.
Right. Because YouTube wins regardless. Because the platform,
for them.
The platform loves beef,
right.
Platforms love beef because beef gets views, right. That's why you see so many reaction videos. You know what I'm saying? As soon as something happened, I got a reaction video to what happened. Because it gets what? It gets views.
Right.
That's what it is. Hell, we view chasing right now in the way we teaching, but we view. I want y'all to go to HooterAcademy.com. We're enrolling for Operation Reconnect. We're being very deliberate in what we do. You know what I'm saying?
You're supposed to be intentional.
Intentional. So everything is intentional that you see, man.
And you have to be very specific about what your intentions are and how you're moving and what course of action that is going to come with what you're doing.
Right.
We understand that.
Yeah. So it is impacting our youth.
Yes.
It is impacting our community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And we have to talk about that and be honest. We can celebrate the success of our people, but at the same time, we can't celebrate success by any means if that success is having an adverse effect on our community. We have to talk about that. And I'm not saying stopping them, but we got to figure out a way to counteract it.
But in even with that, we're talking about the image that was portrayed. The words was just boring and stale. I was just like yawning in between. Let's just be real. It was it felt very uptight. It felt very
forced.
Yes.
Yeah, it was kind of, it felt very forced.
Yes. It was times, like I said, Killer Mike's speech, Usher's speech, that was trying to be, it was good. I loved when they were doing the legacy, to him.
Right.
Keke Palmer and Childish Gambino, and then Tiana Taylor and Monet Girl. The rest of that, I was not moved, and I was mad because wow, all these women doing Usher songs, and then they're not even good.
When they did the tribute to
women.
Usher, right when they did the tribute to Usher, you know what I'm saying. Even the back and forth one was a girl on girl thing, you know what I'm saying.
And I was more happy with that. And they
got on the floor.
They got me. No, what did they do to me? I was happy to see that, but with me being okay with that, what did they do to me? You see what I'm saying? That was propaganda that made me think, oh, it's okay. I'd rather see that. So I'm desensitized to seeing a woman. I want two women together because I'd rather see that than to see the sorrowness that was going on. Where were the other men?
Right.
Where was his generation?
Yeah.
So it was just a lot. Oh my gosh. It was so boring.
Yeah. I
mean, I love Lauryn Hill. Again, nostalgia. They ended it right.
Oh yeah. Lauryn Hill did her thing. The best MC of the night was Lauryn Hill. And
she showed them what to do.
Yeah, she had Ethiopian Queens on the screen behind her.
Right.
Fred Hampton, Huey P.
Yes.
So it was almost black enough to bring a little balance to it. You know what I'm saying? But we needed a little bit more of that blended in, right? Because we're not all the same. We don't all believe the same. Black people are not a monolith by no means. You know what I'm saying? But wow. You know what I'm saying?
It was lackluster for me, okay? Very lackluster. And
the messaging was horrible.
It was horrible.
Right.
You're used to getting uplifted and empowered when you're watching BET. You informed.
Back in the day.
Yeah, back in the
day.
I mean, even and don't get me wrong, I am a child of the 90s, baby, and I know we were rough and hard. That's when the social wars were created, right?
Yeah.
So I know, but again, it was separate. You had, if you wanted to go where people were acting mature and they were being, it wasn't all that. You were celebrating one another.
Right.
you were celebrating the music and the culture, you go to here.
Right.
That was Soul Train Awards. We had those things. We don't have an alternative anymore. And like Eric was saying, we just need to create our own.
Well, you have to, because but not
create
just
what you want to see. I'm sorry.
But not just your own award show, your own industry. Like you have to, like people talk about during segregation, they talk about the Chitlin circuit.
Right.
But no, that wasn't a Chitlin circuit. It was a Chitlin circuit, but that was a Black owned network of venues for Black artists.
Yes.
Right. And so that's necessary, right? You have to build those venues. You have to get into the supply chain of things in order to make things happen for yourself. Otherwise, we're just celebrating the roles that people have in Master's house.
But that's what integration did.
Yeah. It's like, come on in the house, Stephen. You was a great house slave.
Right.
You was a good maid. And these are the roles we have prescribed for you. Right. And at the end of the year, we're going to celebrate who plays those roles the best.
Right.
Those who try to step outside of these defined roles, we're going to ignore, push out of the business, and attack economically.
Right.
Right. And so we find ourselves torn as Black people, like, man, I want to celebrate your success, but I can't celebrate what you're doing.
Right.
I can't celebrate. I can't look at my daughter and say, yeah, that's what you do.
Right. We're in a culture, it's in a time where we cannot call people out anymore, or
we're actually in the opposite, baby. That doesn't mean you're not calling people out
or holding people accountable for that. No, I'm saying that we have to agree with everything. I gotta accept everything that you give me, say to me, and are to me. I gotta accept that.
Yeah.
And you're mad. No, I don't have to accept. I can accept over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't have to be you don't have to interact with me. I'm cool with that. If that's what you want to do and how you want to do it, but there's a separate place for that.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. And again, the answer easy is not watch as an individual, not watch as a family, not support these institutions. You know what I'm saying? If they're pushing content that you don't believe in, right?
Absolutely.
But we still need to be aware of the content that they push.
Oh, absolutely.
We still need to be aware, especially those of us who work in the community, because it helps you understand. Okay, I see where that comes from. I see what that is. So now I know how to address it. Now I know how to counteract it. Now I know how to spark you to do something different without tearing you down.
That part. Absolutely.
Right. And that's the challenge, right? Because a lot of times we'll take on our behaviors as our identity.
Yes.
Right.
And then it's identity as a whole. Man.
Right.
Look, that's
so if you attack my behavior, you're attacking me.
And that's
not the same thing. Right. If you're doing something self-destructive and I say, man, don't do that, it's going to lead to self-destruction. I'm not attacking you.
Right.
So when I look at the industry, and I've been in the industry, and peace to Ife GA, you know what I'm saying? I've been in the industry, right? And I know that the industry is predatory.
Right.
I know that they chewing these young people up and spitting them out. That's the history of the music business. I know that while they're up there celebrating, their money's being taken from them. You know what I'm saying? They're being betrayed left and right. I know some of them got managers that make sure they stay high, make sure they stay drunk, because they stealing money from them.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And we've seen how some of our favorite stars' lives end up. You know what I'm saying?
And when they were done using them, they got rid of them. And I'm not saying that we're not conspiracy. I'm meaning that they just threw them away. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You no longer.
Well, you're not a commodity anymore.
No.
Right. And we know that the music business calls you family, but you're not family. That's been proven. Right. So in looking at that, we're not just looking at it like I'm mad at Sexy Red. No. I want her to be safe.
Yes, we understand.
Yeah.
I want to be smart.
I want her to be smart.
Well-informed decision.
Yes. I want to see what she looked like pushing the content that's actually on her heart.
Thank you. Because that's not all.
No, I have a hard time believing
we don't overjudge. Right. You're talking about judging.
I've been working with young people for a long time.
We don't generalize.
I've been in the trenches, babe. We've been in the trenches. Nobody's all the way one way.
No.
Nobody's all the way one way. You know what I'm saying? So there's something in the power and the magnetism that certain people have, So of course we want to influence those magnetic people to send out a message that we feel it's gonna uplift, you know. And
Now,
but that message last night wasn't that.
It wasn't that. So Miss Tanya, I see you just trying to get a rise. You can leave if you want to, child. You can stay and go back and forth because we like to just go back and forth.
The answer to this comment is
we won't respond like you want.
The answer to this comment is yes. You can leave
Absolutely.
if you don't like what we're saying. Yes, that's the power, right? and I wish we learn how to leave.
Yes, come on.
And yes, I'm gonna get out here and scream to black folks. We need to leave BET. Yes, we need to leave. Yes, we need to leave Netflix.
Right.
Yes, we need to leave. We need to leave anything that don't serve us as a community. Yes. We need to leave.
Period. Boo.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing. And I want to see black people get free.
Yeah.
When Usher gave his speech, they turned that censor machine on. Soon as he said something about black fatherhood,
yes, he did.
It blacked out. We ain't hear no audio. I don't know what he said on that stage. I'm trying to find something to find out. Something right. You know what I'm saying? What he said, but you know, they had been having to hit the censor machine all night. And then with his thing, we didn't hear 75% of what he had to say. You know what I'm saying?
But they hit censor on when them girls were saying the B word, but they were hitting on, I guess they were saying the N word
when Ice Spice,
the B word.
Ice Spice said on that centerpiece, they even had the word, the B word across it, and they wasn't censoring her at all. I don't know. They censor my internet.
I think so.
You know, I hope y'all can still hear me.
Oh, there we go. Woo. Conspiracy. They own that.
Right. So they didn't censor. They didn't censor her at all. You know what I'm saying? There was very poor censorship. But even back in our day, certain acts just wasn't going to be on the award show. NWA wasn't going to be on.
And they would even probably give you an award, but you're not going to be accepting. You're not going to be performing.
Yeah. They didn't have awards. They didn't have awards for back in the day. So I agree with that. Like, I like my underground music in the underground. Personally, I listen to underground hip hop. I do underground hip hop, and I like it there.
Right.
I don't like it up top.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like it up top. It doesn't belong up top, y'all.
Right.
Up top, we need.
That's our creme de la creme. That's the best. Your grandmama always tell you, baby, when you're leaving the house, you putting forth your best.
It's a reason for that.
You are.
But I think we need to clarify though. It's a reason for that.
Yes, it's a reason.
Okay.
Go ahead. Tell me why. I'm sorry. I got a little riled up.
I'm just saying, because it's a reason for that, right? It's a reason why you come out with a certain face, right? It's a reason why you care how the world responds, because you have to get out here and survive. You got to get out here and thrive. You got to put out a message. There are people who want to exploit you. There are people who want to take advantage of you, destroy you, and they want justification when they do it.
Right.
So yes, the predator, right, wants to rape the girl that's scantily clad, not because she's scantily clad, but because he could turn around and say she asked for it. But y'all might doubt it when she say I said no, there's no witnesses. He say no, it was mutual. And then you go look at where you see how she act. So there's a reason why grandmama said, you know what I'm saying, boy, you know, fix your clothes when you go outside and look like something and wash your face, because an opportunity might step to you. You know, and so there's a reason for these things. And when we expose ourselves like this, like what I saw last night, it justifies a lot.
It does
to people who want to exploit our community.
Thank you. It makes us very vulnerable. Very vulnerable, and we have to understand that.
Right.
It's there are systems in place, and if you look at the history of things and just really be objective in how you're not even objective, maybe I do mean subjective, because I want you to hone in looking for that. Open up so you can see, and then you'll know what to expect. You got to be able to make those informed decisions and watch how you move. We got to move differently.
Right.
We have to move differently. Look at what our elders and our ancestors did right. Look what happened that they did wrong, and you make adjustments. And you try to the pyramids were you look at what I'm gonna stop. You just gotta know. Study history. Sankofa. Go back and get it.
Right. There's a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, there are a lot of Africans who think that some of the things that are destructive to us are actually good for us. You know what I'm saying? And time is going to tell, Eric, on a lot of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? But history is best used to reward our research, right? And so we can look at history, not so distant history, right? So for example, the drug culture that's promoted today, it's just like the drug culture that was promoted in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And we saw what crack did to our communities. Now we're looking at what fentanyl is doing to our communities, right? So we have to look at real things. We were just in Memphis for Juneteenth, you know what I'm saying? And the young people are struggling in Memphis.
And the 70s was the heroin. It's back. It's back.
Yeah, that's what the fentanyl is, right? Oh. Yeah, it's an opioid, right? And so we were just in Memphis, and people are struggling, and these young people are living a culture. Since BT was doing for the culture, well, they were feeding that aspect of our culture that our people are paying for in the hood, in the streets right now today. So I'm not saying it caused it or started it. That's a deeper conversation. But it's feeding it. It's feeding off of it. It's feeding it, and it's clearly in our eyes self-destructive. It's right here in our face.
You got to take
control. And undeniable.
Yeah.
Right? And we can't be quiet just because a lot of people think that it's okay.
Right.
We can't be quiet. And can't nobody tell me I'm bashing young people, because my whole life has been dedicated to uplifting young people.
His whole life and some of mine.
Some of hers too. Right. So that ain't it. No. I'm telling y'all, as someone who's worked up close and personal with young people from the times of the early Crips and Bloods to now.
You should be able to do that
every day. That what's being presented right now is an agenda, and it's having an impact on those who are most vulnerable. And if we don't do something about it, it's just going to get worse, and it's going to end up on your porch.
Great example. Then I'm going to move on. Neil deGrasse. He's the expert of experts.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
So when Terrence Howard did what he did and asked him to assess it, why did he? He valued his opinion because he done the work. He put in the work. He knows what he sees, an expert at. So of course you're able to do that.
For those y'all who don't know, she's talking about when Terrence Howard was on Joe Rogan and talked about the treatise that he wrote.
Okay, thank you with the big scientific words.
Well, no, somebody might not know what you're talking about.
No, I need you to do that.
You know what I'm saying? And he's on Joe Rogan. He talked about how Neil deGrasse, he sent his scientific discovery to Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he said, he trashed it.
Right.
But he didn't trash it. He reviewed it.
And that's
and he went through it. He marked it up in red marker. Say this is not real. This is debunked, and this is why. This is this, and this. And he didn't do it in the spirit of being malicious. He did it in the spirit of correct. This is what you do in science.
And I'm your elder in this, boo. I've studied. I've lived this. I'm the expert on it. Take it as, because I could have just not even looked at it. I could have looked at it and be like, no, that's beneath me. He's not my peer. Why would I? What did John Henry Clark, the great John Henry Clark?
Dr. John Henry Clark say, he only debates his peers. All others he teach. Neil deGrasse Tyson treated him as a peer. He showed him the ultimate respect.
Right. Yes.
But because we live in this time where it say my ideas are my identity.
And you better accept them, and you better not judge me.
Yeah, if you challenge it, that means you're judging me. If you challenge what I'm doing, that means you trying to impose, you hating on me. Right. That's not hate. But at the same time, guess who do hate you? Walmart hates you.
That part. And they sponsored the whole night last night.
They hate you. Okay? They froze out all the small Black-owned merchants in your community and put a super center in there. And I noticed they highlighted a brother who got his product in Walmart because Walmart do so much for Black people.
He great for him.
And is it even great for him? Because we ain't seen his splits. We don't know what he get.
Well, I mean, I'm just exposure.
It's good.
Black people,
exposure, but the bulk of that money going to the Walton family.
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Right? But we don't want to look past that.
Right.
It's like, no, I don't want to read that book, Bible. Right. I don't want to be that responsible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to look at the bigger picture. Let me just find a little happiness in this little thing. Don't go outside Plantation Gate. It's crazy out there. Where's you gonna go outside this plantation? Where's you gonna go?
They say that ignorance is bliss.
Until it ain't.
Until it ain't.
Until you, because it's at our front. I'm a working class Black man. It's at my front door.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm a Black entrepreneur who has to convince people of a product that's been working for 13 years to support it with evidence simply because we're programmed not to trust each other. 14 years, 14 years, right? Mm-hmm. Hell, if I was white and was saying the same stuff that sister that's talking about she loved everybody, she'd be like, yeah, my people need it. She wouldn't have challenged nothing. No. She wouldn't have challenged one word I said if I said the exact same thing with a different complexion.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We just happy to be at the table. But we have the strength, the power, the creativity to create and build our own. We need to, those of us who want balance, we need to bring balance.
Absolutely.
I ain't talking about changing nobody that made a commitment to that, that are slaves to that system. I ain't talking to none of them.
Let's empower and highlight those who are doing.
Let's empower and highlight those. That's what I'm talking about. And no celebration is too small. No acknowledgement is too small. No piece of support is too small. We do not have to feed this beast 24 hours a day.
The Juneteenth Uhuru Academy Leadership Awards for the Juneteenth.
Yeah, we did the Youth Leadership Awards. And shout out to the South Carolina Juneteenth Freedom Festival team and family. You know what I'm saying? We started the inaugural Juneteenth Youth Leadership Awards where we acknowledge young people that's doing it the right way. And not necessarily honor roll and athletes. We're talking about those who are beating the odds and showing leadership principles and values. That's what I'm talking about. Absolutely. We got to start pushing that. Because that's something most of us can identify with. Because most of us are beating the odds to be where we are.
Every day.
Ain't nothing wrong with us. What's right with us can't fix.
Come on now. Absolutely. I'll show you.
Yeah, that was my thought when Lauryn Hill came. I said, okay, that's something that's right with us right there. Okay, I'm loving this. I'm loving the message, that sort of thing. But we need more of that.
Yes.
We need more. We need more, even, in the hood. We need more reality rap.
Right.
Like we need more of the reality. We need more of that. You know what I'm saying? And instead of the over sensationalization. Now we're sexual people. That has its place, but we need to put it in its proper place.
Yes. That does not define all of us as a nation, as a people.
Not enough to where you got to have 5 rappers with the same rap style in one night.
Come on.
We could have did 2 of them, then 2 poets.
It was so many other people out
there's so much more to the culture, to our culture. And we have to be careful when they say the culture. Those are people who are attempting to define Black culture for you so you can spend money to be a part of it.
Right.
That's it.
Period.
That's it.
Like the brother said, big pimping.
It's big pimping. I'm gonna put that on the screen. It's big pimping. They hope you watching the BET Awards with your choosing shoes on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So y'all, we got to be aware. Watch out for that ism.
Yeah. Oh, you picked the ism.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We got to watch out for that ism because it's out there. And those of us who are aware, don't let people shut you up. Don't let people shame you, call you a hotep and all that. Don't let people don't let them shame you. How people gonna walk around and be proud to have blonde hair and be called a B word, but ashamed to be called a queen.
Right.
Ashamed to call yourself a king, ashamed to say grand rising, ashamed to say don't let nobody shame you out of being positive. Right. Ashamed to say hotep, which means peace, but we can say ho at the BET Awards.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Y'all kiss my ass. Now let me say that.
If it's Sherman Fred,
if it's lame to say hotep, but cool to say ho, y'all kiss my ass. Oh, how about that? Period. I'm not coming. I'm not coming. Y'all roll on. Y'all can go ahead. Now somebody waiting on you outside the league. You look out. No, I'm good. Y'all, I'm not riding this train with y'all.
Right.
I'm not riding this train.
Right. Yeah.
I saw a video the other day. Sister was like, they following around the sister, and it was like if you say the wrong thing, she started running. So I say, Grand Rising Queen, and she started running. Good.
Okay.
Because I say Grand Rising Queen and she started running, I'm running too.
Because it's good for me.
Yeah, I'm like, thank you.
Right.
I need to know, because if you don't want a Grand Rising and you don't want to be called a queen, I don't want you around me neither.
With that?
You know what I'm saying? They're like, y'all fake. These regular niggas is fake too.
I mean,
what you talking about? Who real? I want a real end. What's real about an end? Man, y'all better leave me alone. I'm about to get back into it. I'm back. What the hell is real about an end? Your baby daddy in. He ain't no hotel.
You love his dirty draws.
At least you did until you didn't. Until he showed you he wasn't real. Yeah, then come time you can be real long. You just need to be real for an hour at a time.
That part. So
you know what I'm saying? And so that's the culture, the whole. I don't want my daughters thinking that their private parts is for monetary gain.
Come on now.
I don't want that message for my daughters.
No.
I want them to judge character. And yes, he got to be able to take care of you. That's a big part of it. But to make it primary and think that you get that from here and not from here,
right.
That you get a man's commitment from here. I'm gonna tell you something right now, sisters and brothers. Don't get mad at me. I'm violating the G code. Coochie don't keep us.
Oh, shoot now.
Coochie can get us, but it can't keep us.
Okay.
Because there's other coochies out there, and they're all like Cabbage Patch Kids. All of them different.
What is all he on? Y'all got him started. I think Miss Karen and Tanya.
Ice Spice. Coochies is like Cabbage Patches. Everybody got one. I don't care how much you rap about yours, it's still just one. Meg, I don't care how much you rap about your stuff, it's just one. And that ain't how you keep us. Right. You can get that ain't how you get our respect.
Right.
And if I got money and all you need is a purse, I'll buy you a purse. I don't love you. I'll fly you in. I don't love you.
I'm gonna get flued out.
Yeah, you get flued out and turned out and sent back. Cause you ain't special. You just something I'm willing to buy like a pair of Nikes. You ain't special.
Because he's showing that. Okay, Bob, I mean.
I'm just that, you know, maybe I'm wrong.
Talk this raw when we do. He say, she's there after dark.
You're right. And I guess I have, he say, she say, withdrawal. You know, but
it's good though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, that ain't special.
Right.
Hoeing ain't never been special.
Oh, no. No.
It's one of the world's oldest professions.
Yes, it
and sometimes it makes sense. I ain't judging.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Right.
I ain't judging
and some
individuals.
People choose that.
Right.
I ain't judging.
But I don't want people picking it that don't need to pick it.
That part.
I don't want people pick that. Ain't that you don't put that at the top of the menu.
Right. Come on now.
That's the emergency meal. Yes. That is not the primary thing. That's not the appetizer. It's not the main course. That's the shit that when you throw the food out at night, that's what you give the homeless. When you have to do that, when you got to advertise that to get what you want, you're supposed to be at the end of your rope. The key is to get as much as possible with as little sacrifice.
Ooh,
train these sisters to get all of that without having to be touched.
Absolutely.
Without having to share any of that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Shit. I'm from another era, so when I see them do that, I'm like, it just somebody with a pimp mind just wants your money. It's like you just represent a bag. You just represent a bag.
And I've just never been the one. Again, I am not against nudity. I mean, those who know me know me. I love. Do you? I love.
Yeah.
I love. However, I want to have the choice if I want to see that, and I don't want to be made to see that. I don't want to be made to. I want to go to a place where I know that that's what I'm going to get. I want to find it, seek and find. I don't want it to be just thrown in my face like, yeah, that's what we do.
There are places to go.
If you want it, you can find it.
There are places to go. You know what I'm saying?
I like the chase.
But I also, on the flip side, y'all, I think we're not learning from history.
That part.
And we're missing the opportunity to support and build up artists that can really shift things for our children, shift things for our community. We're missing the opportunity because we're not in ownership.
And all we have to do is, even with the ones who have been put out there, because what we're doing, what we're saying, if they hear, it makes them think. Let's have a talk about it. Why you choose to rap about what you rap about? Let's just really have a real conversation.
And then let's invest in those, because I know a lot of young people just rap about it because that's how you get on. Right. But that ain't their life.
Right.
Let's invest in those that are willing to.
I didn't know.
That's the background.
But
but let's invest in the ones that want to do positive music.
Right.
Let's invest in that want to do reality music.
Right.
That want to do good business. They want to, you know what I'm saying? Even if they're gonna do gangster music or whatever, there's a way to support that and do that. But let's build centers that in safe spaces where it's just popular to keep it real.
I was just about to say yes.
Like what we did in Fort Worth, when we had the sound incorporated, sound unit determination, y'all. Some years ago, we put a studio in the middle of the hood in Fort Worth, and a lot of cats out there can attest to it. Just shout out to Jordan Ball, shout out to Snow the Product, who's a multi-platinum artist now that came through Sound Incorporated. We put a studio in the hood, and that's where cats could come. What, babe?
I got a bone to pick. I just realized when you said Snow the Product, you have so many stories and so many great testimonies and great experience and great outcomes, and you don't talk about it.
Well, I'm trying to tell you, and I'm letting people, I'm doing it more because I'm not just telling y'all what somebody told me. I've lived this.
Done it.
I've lived. When I talk about the industry, I was there. Yeah. When I talk about what young people are going through and talking about, it's because just last week I was at Upward Bound and we were asking some young people.
Yes, we asked.
I talk to my sons and his friends, and I have questions. Right. And young people call me. Unc, I'm just trying to stay out the way, man. It's bad out here, man. It's going on out here, man. I need opportunity. So I get these calls every day. I ain't one talking about what I'm gonna do. This is what we do. So when I tell you there's a crisis, believe me, it's a crisis. That's because I got blurred background on. That's
why. Because I'm in your background.
If you lean back, I see you clearly.
Lean back. Okay.
Okay. See?
You just want me close to you.
It's a method to my madness. Okay. Black love is black power. But yeah, y'all. We in a crisis. And it's an education crisis. It's called poverty for a reason, right? It is. Right. You know, y'all. But yeah, we in an education crisis.
Absolutely.
Man. You know what I'm saying? We in an education crisis.
And we are education activists. You know, we believe in fighting for the freedom of to educate our own.
Well, it's what we do. We don't just, and we fight actively.
Absolutely.
With the Uhuru Academy, the world's greatest online African-centered school. You know what I'm saying? And not only do we have a K-12 online academy, but we also partner with other African-centered schools, and we help build other African-centered schools and develop, like our beautiful partners here in South Carolina, Uhuru Academy, South Carolina, UASC International, the model institution. So now when we talk about solutions, I can show you a school.
I can show you better than I can tell you.
I can show you results. I can show you what's happening right now. Go to uhuruacademy.com, hit the contact me. And if you really want to know where they're transforming Black people at, hit me up, because I can tell you where they at all over the country.
Come on. I sure.
We are part of that.
We travel.
We are part of that. A big part of that.
Absolutely.
Right. So we're not telling you something that's, I think it fired me up last night. I woke up today like, I'm revamping Operation Reconnect, and I know some people look at it and get discouraged.
Right.
I look at it and want to fight.
Right.
Some people look at it's over for us. I'll never say that. You're gonna die one day, anyway, right? It's gonna be over for you one day anyway. So the day I go, it won't be a day where I said it was over for us. That just means it's over for me.
Right.
It ain't over for us.
It ain't over.
I ain't giving up. Because guess what? As much as I can't stand the Sexy Red's message, I still see talent and beauty in Sexy Red.
He does, because he was on top of, but she's saying that she got flow. I'm like, I ain't worried about no flow. All I see is her popping her ass.
She has amazing charisma. She does.
Creativity, I know.
Yeah, there's creativity there in her presentation. Not necessarily in her lyrics, but she's off kilter. She be off. She's so terrible, it's good. And they found that formula where
you said sex. Who Sexy Red?
You're talking about like her flow and her style. Okay,
say,
like
yeah.
no, but what I mean, what I mean by like when you had like ODB. You know, like raw. Now she's not as deep as ODB. ODB has some deep messages, but he was off beat and it was so bad, it was good. Right. Oh, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yo, shimmy. And I was like, what the hell is he doing? But then as you keep listening, okay, that shit was kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, so you're like, we go together. We go together. Right. And so I'm looking at that like, wow.
He really love black people. He worse than Tank in the Bangles or whatever. I love black people. Do you love black people?
I love
he really do.
I love him. I see our divinity. I see it even in the ugliness. But you know what? It's girls out there that be thinking like that. We go together. So now when I go to a group and we're in a group and we talking and we doing VIP.
I gotta censor myself. Yes.
I kind of understand where the toxicity comes from in a relationship. Not from Sexy Red, but she talks about it in her song. Right. She's saying like it's positive, but it's really toxic.
Right.
Like what can that lead to?
Right.
You know, right. what could that type of behavior lead to? Yes. You know, if all the sisters are out and every girl you see is a bitch and this competition, what can that lead to?
What can it lead to? Girl fight.
Yeah.
I mean, but they don't fight. They don't just cat fight no more.
Oh man, it gets serious these days.
So yeah. Peace to TK, please. Peace to
TK.
J. Root Buckster.
What up, big niece in the house? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, so yeah, but that's what that is, man. So I don't be tripping. I trip, but I trip in the sense that because I'm engaged, I need to know what they talking about. So I'll know what I'm talking about when I talk to them. Because I'm not around that shit. I don't want that nowhere around me. So I thank you, Sexy. Thank you. Anybody that's doing ratchet stuff, that's good reference for me, thank you. I'm not listening to your album, but I'm listening to 1 or 2 songs. I'm like, oh, damn, that's what's happening. Then I'm going to call people I know in the streets. Are they fronting or is this really what's going on? And then I'm going to go do my work. Yeah, but every now and then when you're not looking, I do. I look. I'm like, okay, Julio Fulio. Let me see what's going on. I knew about that beef as it was developing. I was interested in how that was going to end, and look at what happened.
Look at what happened. Yeah,
with Julio Fulio.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, because we see young people crash out.
Yeah.
You know, and
for the artist.
Yeah. Enchanting. You know, rest in power to her. You know what I'm saying? Young sister. Yeah. But the drug culture, the over-sexualized culture, all that. Of course she made choices. Of course she made of course she made choices. Of course she made decisions. Yeah. I ain't tripping on that. Right. I ain't making excuses for anybody. No. I'm an educator though. So I be looking at them and be like, dang, I wish I'd have had it in the Uhuru Academy first.
Right.
Man, if I had the funding for Sound Incorporated, then those studios were still open inside the community where young people can come and keep it real and get that education while they're expressing themselves, that makes a difference. Look at Jordan Boyle.
Yeah.
Jordan Boyle, who's one of the country's top videographers and producers right now, came through Sound Incorporated. And ask him if that time in sound didn't help him, even as he was making some mistakes along the way. Ask him if what he learned in Sound Incorporated has impacted his ability to bounce back and have longevity. Ask J Champ. Ask Molly G. Ask him.
Right.
It makes a difference.
It makes a difference. And you even did a similar group recently before we left Texas, you know. Was it Roots of Royalty?
Roots of Royalty.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Ask Chrissy D. Ask Golly. You know what I'm saying? You know, you know what I'm saying? That's Golly.
Oh, Golly.
Right. But ask him if that didn't have an impact, right? And it makes a difference. Let's say you go on and you don't blow up as a rapper or something like that. But you know how to go get gainful employment. But more importantly, you got a character where you're a family man. This man has been married for over 15 years. You know, right there with his queen, and they chasing their dreams together.
Yes, I love it.
But they had to see that to be that.
I love them as a couple. They're so cute.
Yeah. You got to put those in. You got to reinforce. We got to sell this life.
Yes, and we have to encourage that life as well. We have to inspire it. We have to acknowledge it. We have to celebrate it. We have to celebrate that.
And people might say, y'all broke culture. We ain't broke.
No.
But most importantly, we ain't broken.
No.
And some of y'all got money. You ain't broke, but you broken.
Yeah.
You broken because you ain't
Right.
strong enough to be proud of who you are in front of
Right.
other people.
Right.
You broken because you
That's
don't like
right.
what you see and look when you look in the mirror. You broken because you scared to be honest with people. You're broken.
Yeah. Bless you.
Y'all
Bless you.
worrying about being broke. I'm worrying about being broken.
That part. Got to deal with the whole person but however, we understand where that mentality comes from, but we just acknowledge that and we want you to acknowledge it in yourself and figure out how you can make that work for you. How can, if you want to maneuver,
and I think I say that, and I think I say that because I just don't want people to stop at the money.
No,
because you may gain the money before you develop the character.
Right. And that's just one part of your
just don't stop at the money. Keep going on your personal development. Keep going on your character. Set standards for yourself because people with money get hurt too.
Yes. And people with money do effed up.
Sometimes it seems like they get hurt the most.
When they say more money, more problems, that's real talk if you're not prepared for it.
When you're not prepared for it.
Just get more tools in your tool belt.
I don't want to see any of them crash out.
That's right.
And I ain't just talking about doing something stupid on the streets. I don't want to see a big white-owned record label make more money off the artists when they dead than when they're alive no more. I don't want to see that no more. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see where are they now in Ice Spices somewhere irrelevant. I don't want to see that.
Side freeway.
I don't want to see that. Right? So our prayers go out to all of them.
All of them.
Congratulations to all of them. You know what I'm saying? But as a representative of the community, I want to see more. I want you to go deeper.
Right.
I want you to do better. I'm going to say that, and I'm not ashamed of saying that because I think that you are better. I think that you have better. And anybody telling you not to do better ain't your friend.
On the lighter note as we go, what about even Taraji was hosting last night, right? She was hosting. She opened up the show with our new culture theme song. Right, K-Dot.
Yeah.
They not like us.
Yeah, hers was "It's All About Us." She did a rendition of it. You know,
I didn't get to go back.
I love her personality. You know what I'm
too,
saying? I think she was freestyle. She was forgetting people names and stuff, and some of her political points wasn't on point. But you know,
but she did it. She did it. She did.
Yeah. But I like how she flipped that message to "It's about us." I love that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of Taraji P. Henson.
Oh, I'm big time fan.
You know,
big time fan.
But and again, look at her battles that were in the news not long ago from being exploited, right? And you might say, well, she was exploited by black people. Y'all get out the crayon box. I'm talking about culture. She was exploited by black people who are reflections of the industry. Right. They are following the same model they've been trained. And that model says exploit the artist.
That part. And she definitely got exploited.
Right.
And so much so mental that it just took effect mentally. It was just way too much. And it came out.
Yeah. And the thing is, speaking out can ruin your career.
Standing up.
Especially when you're not in ownership.
Standing up can
when you're not in ownership, standing up can ruin your career. Yeah. A lot of black people lost their jobs because they marched in the 60s.
Yeah.
Dr. King got to leave. But a lot of black people couldn't even go back to work because they stood up. A lot of black people lost their jobs because they let an activist stay at their house.
Yes, sir. You're right about that.
So yes, standing up might come with punishment from those who have power over you. But you know the black people, who didn't go through that, the black people had their own land. They let anybody stay at their place. The black people who were growing their own food.
Right.
The black people had their own business, and they could do more for the movement than everybody else because they have more ownership in their lives.
Right.
The black man who got the store can do more than the black man who's an engineer because the black man who's an engineer works for a white-owned engineering firm, so he can't come out and say nothing because it reflects on the firm.
Right.
But the black man with the black hotel, he gonna scream it and he gonna stand up for his people because that's his clientele.
Right.
That's how he survives.
And that's
And we need more ownership, y'all. More ownership. You can say what you want to.
More ownership.
Yeah. All right. That's what's up. That's what I got. We ain't gonna do 2 hours. We appreciate y'all. You got something from this video. Please like and share. Hey, support the Uhuru Academy. Somebody go to the Patreon channel today and set up a $50 a month patron or become a $10 a month patron. If you become a patron, Tonight at any level, we're gonna send you some exclusive DOK and Ebony Essence music. Might send you a couple of tracks that ain't nobody even heard yet. You know what I'm saying? We use our music to uplift. Notice I'm not saying it's streaming on all platforms and go download them. No, we're very deliberate with our music. We use it to uplift. We are about to come out though with an album, with a project that we call Black Love is Black Power, Volume 1. And so compilation, a little bit of our stuff though. Me and yeah. You know, compilation. They think it's different artists and stuff. Compilation. but we do have it. You know, have a little something coming out soon. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna go out how we came in, and that's with our song "What's Your Name." Go become an Uhuru Academy patron. Support African-centered education, empowerment-based education. We just finished our 14th complete school year. Thank you, everyone who's been supporting us. Please go check us out. Leave your love, leave your criticism. Even the sister that was in the criticizing tonight, I appreciate that, sister. Thank you so much for that interaction, just for taking time out to engage us. We're not looking for a peanut gallery. No. We definitely looking to have a dialogue. Hey, love yourself, because how you love yourself dictates how you love everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Eric said he already banged "What's Your Name" all the time.
Come
cool,
on,
that's what's up, Eric. I mean, don't put that $5 a month on that.
You could.
Go on, jump on that in that Patreon family. That's the next step. That's the next step. We are building schools. We are building institutions. We are providing scholarships. Y'all, we are training teachers. We're putting in the work, and we want to get out here and teach you how to do what we do as well. Those of you who are engaged with young people, those of you who want to be engaged, those of you who are homeschool, engaged in community, we want to share our skills with you. Things that work, things that didn't work, we want to share it. All right.
We got the model.
And over 30 years of verified experience. Right. Let's get to work, y'all. Let's get to work. I love this work. Let's get to it, y'all. All right. Yo, we're going to close out with "What's Your Name?" Like we say, Black people are not a monolith. We are not all the same. But what's your name?
Okay, then. Come with all these little phrases.
That's kind of what I do. You know what I'm saying? Peace, y'all.
Liberate your children from mediocrity and low expectations.
Oh, that's
and it's a long video.
Yeah, I mean, but that, you know, it was.
That's all over. Hold up. I'm coming.
We coming, y'all.
My response time ain't what it used to be. Okay. Y'all see me unique glad looking up like this. You know, when it catch up with you, man, it just catch up with you.
Baby, you gotta be Billy D. Williams with it.
Huh?
Gotta be suave with it. Your ism gotta be able to work. Gotta be
not Billy D.
Presented.
Billy D. Chop better now. We showing our age now, boy. You had to watch TV in the 70s and know who Billy D. Williams is. Yeah, you went back with Billy D.
Okay, well, I'll say,
I think Billy D was the reason my daddy drank Schlitz.
Hey, I know my grandma probably drank because she's like, "Ooh, Billy D."
Schlitz malt liquor bull.
Malt liquor bull. Shoot.
That was a trap too, the damn malt liquor.
Yes, it was. That magnetism make you kill your mama.
Like Gregory.
Baby. Taught me something, baby. Taught me something.
Oh, that's Citizen right there. Hold up. Where my video at?
Well, I mean,
we got some stuff. We did, but everybody that's here now wasn't here then.
But I'm saying, well, can you access it? That's what I'm
working on it, okay? I'm working on it here. Yeah. Looks like it's going. Internet might be tripping.
Thank you, we appreciate you, RJ. That's our sister out of RJ out of Atlanta, the Sweet Spot, Atlanta. She's famous, you know.
Yeah. It's still a lot of debate about who we are.
You finish the shout out?
I was just saying, you know, Sweet Spot Atlanta.
Please put the Sweet Spot links in the chat.
She
love
was
the Sweet Spot.
She was, you know, actually presented on Housewives of Atlanta, the Tiny Women.
Got to stop the video. We got to shout out to Black Excellence.
And she celebrated 50 years around the sun. So happy Earth Day to you as well.
I say.
Yeah.
All right, man. We love y'all. We don't mind telling y'all. All right, team. We out of here though.
Peace.
Cats arguing, we ain't African, we ain't black, we ain't this, we ain't that. Man, truth is, we all of that. Cause all of that come from us, you know what I'm saying? It's all about where you gon' fit in. Yeah. Yo, what's your name? You an African, an American, or an Israelite? Black or more, Muhammad or a provocateur, what the business like? You Malcolm X, my enemy. Chief Turner, Dr. King, keep a burner, you repeat. Look at me, who you see, I'm sorry. When I rap a bar, every line is a black star. I'm masterful cause I understand who these crackers are. Nat Turner's my avatar, my attitude so desolate. I'm a mocking dog, these motherfuckers. Back to copy these Europeans, know what I mean? I'm Farrakhan, never will I run. Robert Williams, nigga with a gun. George and Jonathan Jackson, Dr. Yosef Ben, Dr. Nam. Show and prove like Dr. Clark. I'm a goon cause I got the heart. I'm Dubois cause I'm hella smart. I'm Denzel cause I got the part. I'm Bianchi, Sutton Kufu, Mansa Musa, Shaka Zulu. I'm with Mia, I'm with Tulu. If I was Jesus, what would you do? I'm a Negro and I'm colored. I'm your nigga and your brother. Yeah, I kill you, but I love you. Accept your own and reject the other. Your name.
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What song did you speak? How did the man take your love? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a dog?
What's your name? It's the Chigaboo, it's the Porsche Monkey, it's the Sambo, it's the Nkoyo, maybe Revolution is just too much for the handle. I ain't carry no scandal. I ain't scary, I am. Harry Tubman with a candle. Time to pick up the mantle. I'm a son to I ain't Queen of Zinga. Nefertiti and Queen of Mina. Hashasset and the Queen of Sheba. She thinks she God, please believe her. Name is Osada, great escape. Angela Davis, keep safe. With a Mandela, refuse to break. I'm animate, refuse to hate. I see straight through cause I'm late today. Been standing loop, I got things to say. With Shirley Chisholm, I paved the way. The homie queen came to slay. Better Shabazz, I mean my Malcolm. Black love is the only the outcome. I won't stop until y'all have some. I'm not set, this shit gon' happen. I'm gonna shoot, come bless the altar. I'm Nivea, I bless Walter. I'm Olakuna, I drop my daughter. I'm Oya, I cannot falter. I'm the one to give birth to stars. Masterful, how I work these bars. Series B to the earth to Mars. KOS, reverse the stars. Show now.
What's your name? And why don't you now know what your name was then? Where did it go? Where did you lose it? Who took it? And how did he take it? What song did you speak? How did the man take your love? Where is your history? How did the man wipe out your history? What did the man do to make you a dog? And you are.
And that's the culture, y'all.
That is the culture.
That's the culture.
We
Go
out.
people. Peace.